Order on IA number 26. This is an application filed by the defendant number 1 under Order 16 Rule 1 and 2 read with Section 151 of CBC. Para 2. The brief facts of the annexed memorandum of facts are as under. That now the case is posted for further defendant's evidence. The fingerprint expert's report is available with court. The defendant number 1 has filed objection for the same. Therefore, it is necessary to cross-examine the fingerprint expert on report in respect of Exhibit D3. Accordingly, application is filed and prayed for summoning the witness. Para number 3. These facts have been denied by the opponent in his objection contended that the application is false, frivolous, vexatious and not maintainable either in law or on facts of the case. The present suit is one for relief of partition. The applicant set up plea of unregistered will of late Lakshman and claimed that the property has been bequeathed as per the terms of the will. The said will was objected. The burden of proving the will is on the applicant. The expert's report has been sent. If at all the applicant is objecting the report, he ought to have been filed application immediately after receiving the opinion, which has not been done. At this stage, the applicant filed to drag the proceedings. Hence, it is not maintainable and hence prayed for dismissal of the application. Next para 4. Heard the arguments of both the side, perused the application, objections, pleadings and available materials placed on record. Next para. The points that arise for my consideration are 1. Whether the application is maintainable. 2. What order. Para number 6. My findings on the above said points are as under. Point number 1. In the affirmative. Point number 2. As per final order for the following reasons. Para 7. Point number 1. On perusal of the contention of both the parties, it is quite clear that the expert's opinion is available in the record for which the present applicant has filed objection. According to him, he needs to cross-examine the expert on report for which he is entitled. Merely because delay is caused in filing the application itself is not a good ground to reject the application. Since the defendant number 1 has raised objection in respect of the expert's opinion, he is entitled to convince the court about the said objection. No merit found in the objection. Accordingly, I have answered point number 1 in the affirmative and proceed to pass the following order. IA number 26 filed by the defendant number 1 under Order 16 Rule number 1 and 2 read with Section 151 of CPC is hereby allowed. Issue witness summons to the witness if PF and Bata is deposited. Returnable by 2810. Additional Senior Chief Justice. Criminal Miscellaneous Case Number Date. Order on application filed under Section 446(3) of CRPC. This is an application filed by the respondent under Section 446(3) of CRPC seeking remission of a bond amount. Para 2. Brief facts of the application are as under. The respondent has stood as a surety for the accused by name Tangaraj, CC number so-and-so, and undertaken that he will produce the accused whenever Honorable Court orders. The accused was absconded and this court issued notice to this respondent. He has spent a huge amount to search the accused, but he was not found. This respondent is very poor He is doing coolie work. His entire family depending upon him, and he is only earning member in his family. He is not in a position to pay entire fine amount imposed by this court. Hence, he prayed for showing the leniency to the surety in the interest of justice. Accordingly, prayed for allowing the application. Para number 3. Heard the argument of learned counsel for the accused, perused the materials placed on record. Next para. The following points that would arise for my consideration are: 1. Whether the applicant is entitled for remission of bond amount as prayed in the application. If so, to what extent? 2. What order? Next para. My findings on the above said points are as under. Point number 1. Partly affirmative. Point number 2. As per final order for the following. Order. Next para. Number 6. Point number 1. According to the applicant, he was stood as a surety for the accused for a sum of rupees 25,000 by name so in CC number so and so, but thereafter the accused was absconded. He made attempt to trace out him by spending a huge amount, but it could not be possible for him. Further contended that he is very poor and working as a coolie, and his family members are depending upon his income only for eking of livelihood. Hence, he is unable to pay the bond amount in entire. Therefore, prayed for remission of the portion of bond amount, since the respondent is very poor. Taking into consideration of economical condition of the respondent and family background, in my view, the application deserves to be considered to meet the ends of justice. Otherwise, irreparable loss will cause to the respondent. Argument seems to be reasonable. However, taking into consideration of a prayer sought in the application as well as the facts and circumstances of the present case, in my view, a sum of rupees 10,000 required to be remission. It will meet the ends of justice. Accordingly, I have answered point number 1 in partly affirmative and proceed to pass the following order. Order. Application filed by the respondent under section 446(3) of CRPC is partly allowed. Hence, rupees 10,000 out of the bond amount of rupees 25,000 is remitted. The respondent is ordered to pay balance rupees 15,000 immediately for payment of amount by signed by 3rd ASCJ and JMFC.